what he was going to do. And the Secret Service, they never had a drone. They never had a drone up in the air for the entire event. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
I just think it's unbelievable, too, that he turned his head, like, right there at that, like, split half of a second, man. If he hadn't have done that, yeah.
You know, there's a diagram animation that somebody put together showing where his head was pointed, like it was based on, like an overview of where his head was. And it showed where his head was and where the bullet was coming in, and then it showed him turn his head and where the bullet went. And I mean, it is just, you know, on The View today, Joy Behar said that responding to Trump's speech, she said she was raised Catholic, which, you know, is crazy based on what she said. She said it's wrong to say, to think, or not to thank God, but to suggest that God intervened and you know, saved his life or something like that. She said that's narcissistic. That's very narcissistic. And then she goes, what about the guy who died, you know, and all that kind of, I'm just like, you know, as a Christian, we attribute to God the unexplainable because, you know, he loves us and, you know, we know he wants what's best for us. And, you know, we like to thank him for it, you know. There's nothing more Christian than that. I mean, she was like, it's very unchristian to do that. It's just like, man, these people, they hate him so much that they got to twist everything.
Yeah, I'm with you, Brian. I totally disagree with what that lady said. I'm not familiar with the comment or anything, but I will say this. You know, I think that there are certain situations where God does have your back. You know, I can think of one just recently. It was back when I had my smaller camper. I was going up Highway 515, coming out of Ellijay, going into Blue Ridge, and my truck started acting funky. And it started riding funny, and I remember I pulled over in this little gas station up off 515. I pulled the camper in, pulled around the parking lot. I was by myself, too. I didn't have Alicia or anybody. They were coming up later on that night. And I went around, looked at the camper tires. Everything was fine. Looked at my tires. I didn't see anything funny, and I'm like, man, okay. I let the truck just sit there for a minute, and lo and behold, I got back out on the road. And it wasn't but like a half a mile, maybe a mile later on, my truck just completely shut off. Like every light on the dash lit up, and the truck just shut off, like went dead. And I had to like veer to the right and pull off in this little turning lane. And all the lights on the dash were on. When I'm saying every single light on the dash was on, every single light on the dash was on. And I didn't know what the heck happened. I'm like, man, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And I looked up in the corner of my eye, and about a quarter of a mile down the road was Ware Chevrolet in Blairsville. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to walk. I said, at least I'm right here by a Chevrolet dealership. I can actually, you know, I had to walk across Highway 515, which was not fun, and you know, walk to the Chevrolet dealership. But what it ended up being, Brian, long story short, it was the fuel pump that went out on the truck. But after they replaced the fuel pump that afternoon, they did a drivability test on the truck, and guess what? It had a tire, my right front tire, the belt was fixing to separate from the tire. And if that would have happened, man, I could have wrecked or been killed or injured somebody else or whatever. Until this day, I swear that was an act of God saying, hey, what can I do to save this situation? And he made my fuel pump go bad. Because if that fuel pump hadn't gone bad, that tire would have popped or whatever would have happened to it, and who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. No, that's crazy. Yeah, it's, you know, it's just, even if we're wrong, I mean, thanking God for our life, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, you know? I mean, it's just, that's what we do because, you know, he gave us our life in the first place, and of course he can take it away, but when he, you know, when he saves us from impending doom or whatever, then yeah, I mean, it's awesome to attribute that to him. And, you know, So these people, it's just Trump derangements. You know, they've hated him for so long that even something as innocent, you know, and it wasn't that Trump just made it up. I mean, people tell him that all the time. People absolutely, you watch that video, you watch that diagram, he turns his head, bullet whizzes past him. You know, I mean, and the other guy, he gave his life up for his family. He put his life on the line. He protected them so that they didn't take the bullet, and he took the bullet. It wasn't that he wanted to, but he didn't want them to. So, you know, people try to make sense out of things that they don't understand, and, you know, or not make sense, or whatever, attack things they don't understand, and it's just, I despise these people. They're just evil.
K4ABO.
W4KZO at 50.
K4JD.
Yeah, the Democrats know that Trump's here for a reason now. They should be shaking in their knees right now, because there's too many things. They've tried to take him down so many times, and yep, they were half an inch away or a quarter inch away from doing it. Man, I tell you what, they better watch out, because the American patriots are backing him up now. Sure, for sure.
Well, you know, one of the things, this shooter, it came out yesterday, too, that he had 3 encrypted accounts, overseas accounts, okay? Now, we don't know what that means. It could be innocent. It could be him talking on, I mean, I would assume if they put that in the briefing that they've ruled out that it's innocent, okay? So maybe it's not, but, you know, with all the Iranian plot stuff, you know, it would be absolutely unbelievable if he was actually working for the Iranians. I don't know that that's the case. I think he may have just hated Trump and wanted to take him out. But, you know, that was mentioned in the briefing to the Senate that he had 3 accounts that were overseas and they were encrypted. So, you know, hopefully they say they'll find out more about that on Monday. So I'd be very interested to find out what that actually means, whether it's good or not.
Watching my fuel pump.
But I think you're right, Justin. They know he's here for a reason, and that scares the crap out of them. And that's why they don't want to believe it. That's why they, you know, maybe that's why Joy Behar was attacking that, because, you know, they gotta, you can't. I mean, they can't believe that. They don't want to believe that, because if they believe that, then it's over.
There's a lot of scary things that are happening from now on. I just don't know what, but there's going to be some stuff. There's going to be some crazy stuff happening. I'm just trying to prepare my household up here to whatever they do.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe that either. But, you know, it's nothing wrong with being prepared. Hopefully he wins the election. It goes, I mean, you know, they were scaremongering back in 2016 about him. And then they attacked him relentlessly throughout the 4 years and since, you know, even up to now. And, you know, it's always just been scaremongering. It's not been true. Everything they said, he's going to be a dictator, this, that. So I know they're all amped up about him, but I just don't know if I think, you know, anything's going to, you know, I just don't know. I think it'll probably just be a normal 4 years. We're going to have great policies. Things are going to start to get back to normal or better, you know, and, you know, we'll be happy for it. And then they'll try and elect somebody else that's on the right and then 4 years later. So we shall see.
Yeah, what did he say last night? We're going to drill.
I hope they do, man. It's just the dumbest thing. The Democrats don't want us to be energy independent. I mean, I like what he said. He said, we're not going to just be energy independent. We're going to be energy dominant, meaning we're going to sell our energy and, you know, make a bunch of money off of it.
That's funny. I laughed at myself today. One of my Amazon Prime Day purchases came in this afternoon, and Justin would be really proud of me. I wanted a lower wattage one, but Justin, I ordered a 10-watt solar panel charger for the battery on our camper. It's pretty neat looking.
Well, they were good for, keeping your batteries charged up.
Yeah, did I tell you I finally bought a new battery for it?
No, why don't you just have like a trickle charger out there?
Yeah, well, you remember I have to trickle charge 3 different things. So, yeah, I put it on my truck, and then I put it on Dad's truck, on my truck, and then I put it on the camper battery. And I've been putting off that camper battery for about 2 years now. And I think it was the last camping trip I got really irritated because I couldn't operate the tongue jack, and I had to hook it up to my truck and all this jazz. I was like, man, I'm not spending $150 on a daggum deep cycle battery and all this jazz, and we don't hardly use it. And I finally got really mad last time we used it. So, I got me one of them Optima Blue Tops, and I'm going to treat that battery like gold. And that's why I wanted that low amp or low wattage charger to it.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, I use one of those little cheap $5.99 from Harbor Freight battery tender things, and I've used it on my Chevelle. I bought a battery in 2013. The date on the battery is 2013. It's over 10 years old, and it still works perfect.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah, that's the exact same one I got. The little cheap Harbor Freight thing. It's got like it looks like or at least mine does. It's got like this really tiny, like little microprocessor box, and then it's got like this, like a microphone cable on it, and goes out to the battery leads. I've tested it. I mean, I don't remember the voltage that it puts out on a non-load, but yeah, there's that lightning detector going off. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. But yeah, it works great, man. I put it on the diesel truck, and I'll leave it on there for like a week, and then I'll drive that truck one weekend. Like we drove the diesel truck last weekend, so tomorrow when we get out, I'll drive Dad's truck. We got to run an errand down to UPS store and hire him. Alicia's got to put in. She's got a couple different interviews and applications out at some child care centers, so she's got to go down there tomorrow at 2 o'clock and do a fingerprint thing for them at UPS store.
I hear you on that one, for sure.
Man, I'm hoping she gets the one here in Rockmart and the one in Cartersville. She's already got an offer out of Powder Springs, but she came home and she wasn't too optimistic about it. She said it was too dark.
W4KZO at 12. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I've enjoyed talking to y'all, and I'm sure I'll talk to you again tomorrow night or whenever. 73 from W4KZO, Chuck and Justin.
All right, good night there, Brian. Enjoyed it for sure. K4EVO standing by.
Good night, Brian. Have a good day tomorrow, man. And I think you said you're going to be able to stay home and just enjoy the rain. So, yeah, man. Take care. We'll holler at you later. K4JD. Yeah, that last one that popped up said it was 15 miles away.
I'm gonna pull up the radar and see what's going on here.
Yeah, when we get done, I'm still gonna unhook everything out here, just precaution.
I can already tell next weekend is going to be, or next week or whenever is going to be a mowing day, because we've had a lot of rain. It's going to spring up quick.
Dude, that's going to be perfect, man, because we're supposed to have a pool party next Saturday, so, yeah, that's awesome, awesome, awesome.
I think I mowed 2 nights ago, I believe it was. Or was it last night? Dang, I can't even remember. My days are mixed up. I think no, we mowed last night, actually. In between, it dried up enough to where I could mow a little bit last night. Yes, I mowed last night, yesterday evening.
Yeah, that's what I did when I came home. I told Alicia I was going to mow the front yard, and she's like, it's too wet. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it rained earlier. And I was like, well, the ground is dry. I said, I'm going to at least mow the front yard. I said, you can cut the hill tomorrow. And she started laughing at me, and I was like, what? And she's like, it's 60% chance rain both days, Saturday and Sunday. She's like, we're not going to be mowing this grass tomorrow. And that's when she reminded me, she said, we got to go to Hiram at 2 o'clock, and I was like, oh, yeah. My yard's looking good, though, Justin. I think it needs 1 more year. This time next year, that front yard is going to be like a freaking golf course. It's going to be awesome. I still need, I think I'm just going to do it. I don't know if I'll do it this year or not, but I'm going to order me a half a dump truck of beach sand or bleached, white sand. And I'm just going to have the guy dump it off in the front yard and just ask for help from all the neighbors, help spread it out.
I hear you on that.
Well, I got a really good deal on all that sod. Like, I got it at half price.
All the way up here way north of me up here.
Man, when you're running across it with the knife, I don't have a riding lawnmower. I just have that self-propelled one. I like the lines that it leaves on that 20-inch cut. But, yeah, it's just, like, super bumpy through there. This stuff is, it wasn't good sod. Like, I went and got 100 square feet of, the super sod from over there in Cartersville, over there near the airport, and where that stuff I put down myself, man, that stuff is like perfect. This stuff in the front yard where they did all the, the field lines and stuff for the septic tank, man, it's just like it's like you're driving over bumps in the road. It's like So yeah, we need some sand to help level it out.
I hear you on that one for sure.
Yeah, don't forget, man, y'all drop by next Saturday if you want to. I don't know how many people we're going to have over here. I know we've probably invited about 12. I don't know how many will show up. Got me curious now. I'm going to look up the forecast. Of course, I mean, it's a week away, but it says 38% chance rain next Saturday. Man, it's raining every day, man. Thunderstorms Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.